This is 91.3 FM, WCW in Worcester, Massachusetts, the Dr.Chris Radio of Horror program. And on the show with us now is the director and one of the stars of Stomping Ground, a movie about Bigfoot that came out a couple years ago, won a bunch of awards, and now we have the director on the show with us. Thank you for coming on the show with us, Dan, and thank you for coming on the show with us, Theresa.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Dan, anyone not familiar with your movie, Stomping Ground, tell us a little bit about it.
Stomping Ground is a film about a young couple who takes a trip home to North Carolina and a Thanksgiving weekend trip, and inadvertently ends up on a Bigfoot hunting expedition, and things go awry from there.
When did you make the movie?
We filmed the movie in 2012, in the fall of 2012.
Wow.
And, and then it finally started its festival run in 2014. And we had a great festival run, and then we got into the whole distribution nightmare that is independent filmmaking. And that took a long time, but we're finally over that hump, and the movie is finally coming out in 2 weeks on DVD and VOD. So we're really excited that we're finally at this stage.
This is why I'll never make a feature-length movie. I'm just going to make short films. I just completed my last short film, The Radio Station, which I shot here at the WCW studios. Just so much easier. I hear the horror stories of making a full-length movie.
Yeah.
Did you have to do a lot of research on the Bigfoot lore?
I did, because one of the things about the film is it's not a traditional horror movie in the sense that it's not like a hack and slash, buckets of blood kind of film.
Bigfoot's not just ripping like horny teenagers apart as they're in the middle of coitus and smoking weed?
There's maybe a little bit of that in there, but it's definitely not like a slasher movie. It's definitely not like a traditional creature feature. It's we've kind of been thinking of it all along as it's almost like a rom-com with a creature feature element to it. Which,
it's a rom-com with a creature feature element to it.
Yeah, a rom-com with a Bigfoot in it. Basically.
Oh, okay.
But it's definitely got its horror to it. So one thing that I really wanted to do with it was I wanted the kind of the Bigfoot mythology and the sort of Bigfoot research aspect of it to be very honest and very true to how that really is. A lot of Bigfoot movies, it's just, all you need is, some horny teenagers run through the woods and a Bigfoot chases them.
Or they're all trapped in a cabin and they're getting attacked by trees and invisible forces, yeah.
Exactly, and we do that stuff, but we hope to do it with a bit of tongue-in-cheek, like, a bit of irony, to that's how things kind of fall together. But, so I did a lot of research. I worked with a couple Bigfoot researchers up in the Pacific Northwest who really helped me out with a lot of things from like creature design to just general, like techniques for Sasquatch hunting and different things like that, which was really helpful because I feel like the people who are true believers, who are, real Bigfoot fans, I think that they've appreciated that the movie doesn't kind of poke fun at what they do and what they love. It kind of embraces it and,
That's okay. We do that on the show all the time. Poke fun at the cryptozoology hunting people, just because it's been like, what? Why hasn't these things been found? It's 2016. Yeah. Give me a break.
Bigfoot, he's hide and seek champion.
Apparently so. Even though the famous short, little found footage Bigfoot movie thing that everyone's aware of, whatever was.
Film.
Yeah, that was complete forgery.
I'm on the fence.
Okay, I mean, they even came out and said that was made up by them.
Yeah.
I'm a believer.
Teresa's a believer.
I mean, you could have gone out in the woods and tried to interview Bigfoot to see like what his reaction would be to making your movie. I
would love to get that interview.
But my favorite depiction of Bigfoot ever, honestly, did you ever watch Quantum Leap? Either one of you?
Yeah, I loved it.
Okay, so there was an episode where Sam jumps into a guy from the Vietnam War. It's like after the Vietnam War, and his little buddy he lives with in the woods has like seizures. And long story short, the sheriff of the town, who used to be in their platoon during Vietnam, wants to arrest him, and like the kid that is his step kid or whatever, who's like infatuated with Bigfoot, tries to take some pictures. He gets hurt. They all like work it out, whatever, and all's fine. But there's one thing they can't figure out is like why is the truck that was stuck in a ditch turned around and back on the road? They can't figure out how the heck that happened. And then like Al, the holographic guy, turns and points to Sam behind him, and there's this like thing like lumbering through the forest or whatever. It's Bigfoot.
Ooh,
And then he leaps.
see?
Yeah, he leaps. He's like, they both look at each other and they're like, oh boy, and then they leap.
Nice.
And then they leave. That was a great show.
Yeah, that was. Who was Bigfoot in your movie?
Who played our Bigfoot?
Yes.
He is a really great really great like creature performer named Kirk Carley, and he came to us through our makeup designer, and he was in Underworld. He was a werewolf in that. He's played squid monsters, swamp things. He's played all manner of different creatures. And working with him was really amazing because I'd actually never done that work with a professional kind of creature performer. And he just, he kind of blew me away with kind of the way that he sort of internalizes the process in a funny way. Like once he put everything on, he changed into that character. And it was really just, it was kind of surreal to like direct a big lumbering Bigfoot. But yeah, he's fantastic. And I think when people see the movie, they're going to see like, we made the movie for no money, but that the creature design and the performance is pretty mind-blowing in my opinion.
Theresa, what made you want to do the movie?
Well, I have always loved Bigfoot.
I'm sure he would love to hear that.
I just, I like the idea of this mysterious thing out in the woods where you think you're going somewhere safe and you're going to escape from the city and find your soul and connect with nature. And then there's this monster. I don't know. There's something really scary about that for me. And I just, and I like the idea that I was part of the sort of, portending the ominous thing that was going to happen, that I was saying it before it happened, or I don't know. I just like that part of it, my role in it.
Speaking of monsters in the woods, did you guys hear that the trailer for Pete's Dragon came out today?
I didn't know the trailer came out. I saw the poster got released the other day.
Yeah. And I grew up watching that. Talk about a monster in the woods that no one believes exists story.
Yeah, I'm curious about it. I haven't seen the trailer yet, though.
Robert Redford and Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah.
Theresa, you're also one of my favorite movies, which I love, Brutal Massacre.
Oh, you do?
I love that movie. It's like this is Spinal Tap for horror fans.
Exactly. That was fun. I mean, I'm so sad that Gunnar died this year.
Yeah.
Had this lovely little moment together. But yeah, it was fun making it.
Yeah, I found out about it when Brian O'Halloran came to Rock and Shock, a local horror convention that we have here in town.
Oh, speaking of which, I will be at a CT Horror Fest in August.
What's that?
In Connecticut?
It's in Connecticut Horror Fest.
CT Horror Fest. I'm not familiar with that.
It's kind of new. I think this might be their third year. But my cohorts, Betsy Baker and Ellen Sandweiss and I, we will be there.
Oh, okay, so the Girls of the Evil Dead.
Yeah. So
the women of the Evil Dead, not girls. The women of the Evil Dead.
Well, we like to think of ourselves as ladies.
The ladies of the Evil Dead. There we go. Okay.
Yeah. So maybe you'll come up. It's probably not too far from you.
Yeah, it's August 27, 2016. They're going to have Tyler Mane, Zach Galligan, and they have Robert Mallet there. He was the master on The Strain.
So we'll have some nice posters of Stomping Ground and maybe some DVDs. Who knows?
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll look into it. I haven't gone to that one. And you're right. It's been going on for the last 3 years. I remember I was a guest at TerraCon. They came by my table and were talking to me about the convention and having them on, but we never hooked up, and that was 2014, so I missed 14 and 15. So maybe I'll try and get a hold of them for 2016.
Yeah, it'd be nice to meet you.
Cool. Dan, where can people see your movie?
Okay, so we officially hit DVD and VOD on March 8th, so in a couple weeks here, and you can buy DVDs direct from our distributor, which is brinkvision.com. You can go to the website for the film, stompinggroundfilm.com. It's going to be on Amazon, Google Play, Vimeo On Demand. iTunes is coming. I guess they have a little bit different QC elements, but iTunes is coming, and then a bunch of other VOD options from there on. So yeah, March 8th.
Hold on one second. My website is just taking a second to come back up.
No worries.
Who's the special effects person for your movie, Dan?
The special effects, his name's Dan Russo, and his company's Dizwork Designs out here in Los Angeles. And I met him when I made a short film that was, I needed a lot of splattery demon and blood effects and stuff like that, and met him, and he knocked it out of the park. He was really incredible to work with. So when the time came to, make a Bigfoot, and I knew I didn't have that much money, I knew that Dan could do something amazing for, well below what he should be doing it for. So I highly recommend him for anyone who's making a genre movie and needs a makeup effects guy. He's the best.
Theresa, do you still enjoy all of the Evil Dead love after all these many years?
What's not to love about Evil Dead? It's funny. You kind of want to get beyond it, but it's hard to, because even though people are, they're so young, they're still going to it. Even though it's such an old movie, I guess is what I want to say. Young people are still going to it and enjoying it. And now there's the musical version that is really taken off. It's like a regular at Vegas. It's really funny.
Yeah, apparently the Vegas show. I had the director of the Vegas show on my show on here, and
did you?
yeah, and he was a really great guy, a lot of fun, and he said that the Evil Dead show is bigger than Celine Dion sometimes.
Is that right?
Yeah, and Celine Dion's like the biggest thing in Vegas.
Oh yeah. No, it's one of those things, and the irony is that none of us had any clue for 20 years that people cared. So now.
Yeah, you didn't know it was going to be such a phenomenon, like when you were.
Well, no, and I didn't even know that it was a phenomenon. Yeah. I mean, I actually was trying not to tell people about it because I was a little embarrassed about it.
Why?
Well, that's another interview.
Yeah. I will say, for anyone who's never seen Theresa and the other two ladies of the Evil Dead, when they speak or when they're at something, the three of them are really funny. They have like a really funny shorthand, and they have all these crazy memories from making Evil Dead that are just like only the three of them really share, and they're super entertaining. So anytime you get a chance to see the three of them talk, it's great.
Dan.
Aww.
No, seriously, we none of us had any clue that it was going to be turn out the way it was. We thought we were doing like this nice, kind of like a Bigfoot movie, tame movie, and then when we got down there, Sam never, the script was about 30 pages, and when Ellen goes, into the woods, it says Cheryl is attacked by the forest. That's all we knew. So we thought, kind of like Wizard of Oz, maybe we had no idea.
Yeah, if Sam Raimi had been allowed to make the Wizard of Oz movie that he wanted to make and not the Disney version.
I know. It's so true, that whole tree thing.
Have you guys seen his Chrysler commercial? The Chevy commercial?
I did.
Yeah. I've seen that thing like 4 or 5 times in the movies. I go to the movies a lot, and I had no idea that was directed by Sam Raimi.
Of course, yeah. Isn't the Oldsmobile in it?
No, it's a Chevy Malibu and Chevy Cruze.
Oh, for some reason I thought that it was. I have to look at it again.
Oh, like in the very beginning when she drives up to the house? Maybe.
Yeah.
I didn't pay attention to what the car was, but you're right. I probably should have, considering he
think it
sticks
is
that
the
car
end.
in everything. With the exception of The Quick and the Dead, which was obviously in the late 1800s.
No, it was in that.
In what?
It was in that.
In The Quick and the Dead?
The car was in it, yeah.
It
Was
In
in
the-
the commercial.
in the
No, it was
commercial.
in Quick and the Dead.
Where was it in The Quick and the Dead? The Quick and the Dead takes place in the late 1800s.
I know they have it hidden or something under the stagecoach or whatever. One of the.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
you mean it's driving the stagecoach, but they don't actually, because the stagecoach is
Something.
not motorized. They have the car. Okay.
They have it camouflaged in that movie. I know.
Was it in The Wizard of Oz?
No.
No, I was gonna say it can't be in The Wizard of Oz either.
So, no. Yeah, I don't think it was in, but it was in the in the Dead.
But you're in The Great and Powerful Oz, I noticed.
I am. Yeah, I have a little moment there with.
Three of you, right?
Yeah, I actually have a few lines by myself, but there is a blink where the three of us are standing there, looking at the witch.
You should come back for the Evil Dead TV series, but the only problem with that is that ghosts don't age.
Yeah, and they shoot it in New Zealand, so
That'd be great. You get a vacation in New Zealand.
Yeah, you get a vacation in New Zealand.
That'd be amazing.
Go see where they shot the Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, Hercules and Xena, everything else Sam Raimi's ever done.
I know. Well, from your lips to God's ear.
I'll call Sam up. I know him.
Yeah, and if he's listening, I want to come too.
Yeah, right.
And of the three of us, I could probably call Sam up and say, "Hey, can I come on the show?" You'd be the one, Theresa. What do you got coming up next, Dan?
Nothing concrete right now. Now that we're finally at this stage, it's time to start thinking about what's next. Yeah, I mean, I got a bunch of projects in various kind of things in my head. Some of them on paper, but
Bigfoot's opening the doors for you.
Sorry.
Bigfoot's opening the doors for you.
I'm hoping he will. Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that the next step happens and that I get to. We made Stomping Ground for pretty much no money. It was basically financed by me, so I'd love to do it again. I'd love to do it again with maybe a little bit more of someone else's money next time.
I always got to ask that. Where do you come up with the money to make your own movie?
I've lived in Los Angeles for 10 years and worked in the industry, and that's the part of the equation that I still don't really understand. I didn't come from money. I don't have parents in the industry, and I really don't get how.
You got to do this, Dan. Scratch tickets.
Yeah, that's what I should be doing. But we're making some headway into some other projects, and hopefully I'll have something soon.
Trust me, when that $1 billion lottery thing was happening, was like $1.7 billion. The first thing I was thinking was, if I win that, after they take their cut, I'll still be rolling in the dough. I'm gonna self-finance my own movie. $10 million into my own movie.
You and a million other people.
Oh my God.
Finance 100 movies with that money.
You could, but I would be smart about it and be like, I have one movie that I want to make. I have this this kind of unique take on Dracula, and I'm gonna totally do it. I'm gonna do it real practical effects and everything. I'm gonna totally get Angela Bassett to be in my movie because I wanted her. I had her totally picked out for this part in my head.
I love Dracula. That's another one, like Bigfoot. That's kind of
all the old classics.
Yeah, exactly.
But now it's going to become a comic book because I failed at Kickstarter too. So
yeah, because you didn't win. You didn't win the lottery.
I didn't win the lottery, and I failed miserably trying to raise the money on Kickstarter. But that's okay. I share that distinction with other great people like Joe Dante and Roger Corman who tried to raise money on Kickstarter and failed.
Exactly.
I'm in good company. Well, thank you so much for both coming on the show. Theresa, I definitely hope to make it out to the CT Horror Con in August if I can.
That'd be awesome.
Cool. Thank you again both so much for coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
My pleasure.